This is the Holy Shekel Crypto Gematria Torah Code Scan for Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic is the coin of Thursday. And this is the Torah Code Scan for Thursday, July 16th, 2026, which is Hamishi, the fifth day of the week. The second day of Av, of 5786, and the Parshat of the week is Devarim, and the Daf Yomi is Chullin 77. And the Torah Code Scan, interestingly, took us to the book of Exodus, and in the Parshat of Truma, and the coin that took it, the currency, the country currency that took it is USD. As explained, there's three currencies in which the Ethereum Classic is translated into. In US dollars, the Ethereum price was exactly at $7 when I checked it at 3:03 Israel Standard Time, 3:03 p.m. on Thursday, July 16, 2026, at 3:03 p.m. Israel Standard Time. The Ethereum Classic had a USD value of $7. Israeli shekels is also checked. The shekel is roughly 3 times the amount of the dollar, although the shekel now is getting stronger, so it's becoming worth more, and the dollar is not, you don't get as much for your dollar when you change them over. But the shekel is 2104. Just about three times. So 21.04, 21 shekels and 4 agorot is the Ethereum Classic for today, and for the euro, it's $6 and 10 cents. So basically it's 1 out of 3. Whichever number catches the Torah Code Scan, whichever one picks up a number first, doesn't matter. The 5 books of Moses, it can be all of the Bible, it can be anywhere. It can actually really go into any collection of data, but it starts with the Bible and then it goes outward. I'd like to use it for anything, to analyze all kinds of other things. But for now, it's the Torah from the weekly portion. Although today it didn't, I knew right away that it would go to these words that are in Exodus chapter 25, that they all equal 700 exactly, which is the price of the ETC. See how this works? The price determines the gematria that will pick up in the Torah, and over time I'm looking for patterns. Now the Torah, in my Torah translation gematria project, the Torah is translated as a string of digits. If you put in something, you may have seen this on the internet, this phenomenon called the Bible codes. It's developed by various mathematicians, and they have software for it. Torah codes is where the system is called ELS, equidistant letter system, or sequencing, where the Torah is put out just an array of letters. It's not like a Torah scroll. It's just on a computer screen, just a string of letters, and then between distances of letters, there's an exact intervals, then letters can be spelled that make out words, so it's coded inside. So I'm doing something similar except with numbers. What I'm doing is the Torah letters, as we know in Gematria, every letter has a numerical value, so you can see the whole Torah as just numbers. If you put it into a computer, you could just see a string of digits, the whole entire Torah. And that's essentially what I'm doing. So with that, you can see like a line, a verse in the Bible can be many other verses in many languages, depending on how the numbers are coded. So, what I found was that, so the Ethereum price we're dealing with 700 today. $7 is just 700, so it can be 700. The number 700 is in Exodus chapter 25:17, talking about the ark in the tabernacle, and there's a golden, I think, what they call it in English, the mercy seat. I think it's where the cherubs were on top of. And the ark and then there's a gold covering. So covering the box. And it's called the kaporet. Kaf, Pe, Resh, Taf. And that equals 700, exactly. It's in Exodus chapter 25:17. So you see the price equals that word, kaporet. But if you rearrange the letters, you go a little bit further on into Exodus chapter 25, verse 33, it talks about the menorah, the candelabra, the lamp, the 7 lights. And it describes the various features of it, the components. And there's one feature, components of this, or the features of this menorah called kaftor b'perach. There's flowers, there's cups, and then they have something called a kaftor. And I'm not sure exactly how to translate that. I know that in modern Hebrew, kaftor is a button. So, but it's not obviously not a button in the menorah thing. But you can see it as a button in the sense that it's a round, circular disc that goes under the. That's like a placement for the flour. So there's a cup, and under the cup there's a kaftor, there's a knob. In the translated Chumash, the Chabad English Hebrew Bible that I got it from online, they translate it as knob. So maybe that's a common translation. So I guess knob is also something similar to round, like a circular disc that is placed under the flour, which is under the cup, which is in the lampstand. Kaftor, if you look at it closely, it's the same letters as kaporet. Kaf, Pe, Resh, Taf, but kaftor is Kaf, Pe, Taf, Resh. Kaftor, which of course all equals 700. But wait, there's more. If you go further on, you go in the same Parshat, you go into chapter 26, verse 31, it deals with the interior design, so to speak, of the tabernacle. And there's something called the parochet. So parochet is the same letters, actually, which is a curtain, dividing curtain between the various places. I think the Holy and the Holy of Holies is a parochet. There's a curtain between, or there's a curtain between the outside and the inner sanctum. But I'm not sure what this is referring to exactly, but I know that it means a curtain. It could be to the Holy of Holies, or it could be just to the Holy, or it could be both. But the point is, a curtain, parochet, also equals 700, and it's the same letters again. It's Pe, Resh, Chaf, Taf. Kaftor, Kaporet, Parochet. So this has been something that I've noticed. It's not just today that I've noticed it, but is there a connection between the mercy seat, the knobs, and the candelabra, and the curtain that divides? Now, you could say generally that they're all in the tabernacle. That's true, but is there something deeper to these three things? Being that they have the same number, and that was what the USD brought forth. Now, what I'm looking to do with this is to see if there's certain characters, if there's a character to it. Does USD, dollar, have a character that it would draw forth on this particular day? How about shekels? Euros. What if we got euros 5 days in a row? What does that indicate? How about shekels? If we got shekels for 2 weeks straight, it was just only on the shekel. Or combinations of them. Is there some kind of character of each of these coins that have gematriatic qualities or tendencies or what have you? That's part of this work as well. So this has been the Holy Shekel Crypto Gematria Torah Code Scan for Thursday, July 16th, 2026, which is 5th day of the week, 2nd day of Av. Parshat Devarim, and Daf Yomi is Chullin 77.